there's a lot of industries out there that are really having a lot of headwinds, rightfully so, right? But there's a lot of industries out there that are like yourself that are just booming. I mean, they've never had more kerosene thrown on the fire, right? Like building products, right? I mean, home building, right? I mean, just through the roof, right? That are really going the exact opposite of the recession, right? But what are some of the industries that you're supporting, and where do you see a lot of growth as far as where your team's spending a lot of exciting days at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good topic. I'm happy to dig in here. I agree with everything you said. You said something earlier that really is bouncing around in my head right now about flow, good flow. I love the sound of that. It's you know, what we do for a living is optimize flow. We talk a lot about material orchestration and material flow. The more common term in the industry is material handling, and they're all very similar in meaning. But I think you were referring to flow as, you know, it relates to our culture, and so it's interesting to draw that parallel. But you're right about your assertion that there's a lot of good and bad happening right now. We all have friends and family and community members that are suffering, and it's horrible and depressing. But I'm also an optimistic person and do see some good that's happening as well. And the good parts as it relates to Seegrid and our industry is that there's a lot of essential work happening to move COVID vaccines, for example, from A to B, and other essential supplies, pharmaceuticals in general, and building materials. And we're involved in manufacturing and moving parts to line so that economies are strengthened and people are working. And this is not broadly true for all global citizens, but it's in pockets. There is some success and there's some forward movement. You mentioned the phrase Industry 4.0, the next industrial revolution, which is, you know, to your point, was alive and well prior to the pandemic, and in many ways, in certain pockets, has been accelerated. I think we are actually in the midst of something incredible. If you zoom out to a 100-year view of where we are, there is this next wave of innovation driven in part by technology and better computing power and faster, better, cheaper compute and new sensors and new algorithms and a whole digitization of the world. It's certainly true that it's impacting all of us in some profound ways. As it relates to Seegrid, we have this very basic initial set of material flow capability in the form of creating autonomous forklifts and moving goods in a safer, more predictable, more productive way, much in the same way that a conveyor belt or a wheelbarrow or some of the earlier innovations last century really moved the world forward and brought more productivity and safety to the workplace. This is essentially what we're doing. It's the next wave, and we're just getting started. There are hundreds of additional products and solutions that we have in mind, that our competitors have in mind, that our collective customers need, not just want, but need, that help all of us and lift humanity and move the world forward. So it's really something you can get behind and get excited about and feel good about, adding value to the world beyond just making money as a capitalistic business. So we have both going for us, and it's I'm happy for Seegrid, I'm happy for our team, I'm happy for our marketplace that we're participating in this, but I'm also just fascinated by what's happening in this world of robotics and material flow. And I guess you pointed out at the beginning, you're not sure if we're at the beginning of this revolution or in the middle. I'd say we're at the very beginning. I think we're in the wild west of robotics automation as it relates to material handling, and I'm happy to be a part of it.